In this tutorial, we're going to make it so our player does something when it hits the death layer. So we're still over here and we are still working in the check input. So when we check input, the first thing we actually want to do is we're going to also check if our player is alive or dead before we do any of this movement allowing things. So this will be allowing movement. And above this, we're going to have the code that checks if alive or dead. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is find out if we are in contact with the death layer. So let is on death equal is in contact between the player and our layer that we call death. Okay, so if is on death any. So if we are touching the death layer in any way, what we're going to do is we're going to set player alive equal to false, and we're going to run some function we haven't run yet called die. Now after this we need to run another test, because check input is still going to run even if our player is dead. So if player.alive is equal to false, return. Return basically means don't execute any of the other code in this function. So it's going to skip all of this moving and climbing code. So let's just see what happens now. So we move around and then we touch the death layer, and now we can't move anymore, and we also have this error, die is not defined, because that was a function that we made or named we didn't create. So let's create that function. Function die. So we should have some type of death animation. So what we're going to do is we're going to set the player velocity .x equal to 0. So we're going to make them not moving left and right. We're going to set the player.velocity.y equal to -10. So we're going to send them straight up to heaven. So let's see what that looks like. So we come over here and we touch death and up we go. Now we might add something else to this. Player.rotation speed equals 20. Okay, and now when we touch, we spin out. And that's our death. In our next tutorial, we're going to add a little bit more interaction to our game. And we're going to start thinking about adding pickups, items that our player can collect.